Remember your first visit to the cinema? It may well have been to an ABC complex. They were one of the biggest names during the post-war heyday of British cinema going, and tonight the last remaining ABC cinema will close. It's in Bournemouth, and we can join Ed Salt, who is there ahead of the cinema's last screening. And Ed, there's been a huge turnout, I guess, for this.
What an entrance, Sally. Yes, there certainly has. Welcome to Bournemouth. Who needs Hollywood on a night like this? This is where all the action is, as the ABC cinema here prepares to close its doors after 80 years. Now, members of the public got to choose what they wanted the last film to be, and have a look at this. This is a bit of a giveaway for you. Yes, of course, it's the DeLorean from Back to the Future. And the cinema, whilst looking back on its past, is certainly looking forward to its future. It's a Bournemouth icon, a 30s landmark, but one that's closing down. The ABC Cinema first opened its doors in 1937, and everything from Fred Astaire's Shall We Dance to Star Wars Rogue One has been projected onto its giant screens. So where are we now?
This is the projection room for the biggest screen, screen one. We've got the two ages of the projection here. Basically, we've got the old style 70 35mm projector, and we've got the newest digital NEC projector.
And that's what's used now?
That's what is used now.
One of the really interesting bits of history we've discovered here today are the fire instructions for the ABC cinema. Instead of using the word fire, the usherettes would use the word sand, almost like code. And rather than a conventional fire alarm alerting the audience, Rule Britannia was played on the screen instead.
Well, I started originally with ABC when it was part of the Canon Group, then we reverted back to ABC again over the years. So if you cut me in half, I'd probably have ABC written through me and Odeon. So to close it, to me, it's just a sense of history that is kind of a full circle of my career. So.
ABC cinemas were well known across the south, as seen here at this one in Portsmouth. But for those that work here today, it really is a bittersweet moment.
With 80 years of history along this side, and knowing that we're the ones who've meant to be closing down, it's kind of it's sad on our part, but still we're kind of glad knowing that us as a business, we're looking forward to the future. And looking around us, we think, oh, it's so different, especially when we move to the new building. We're going to look at this and go, I was there.
Tonight's screening of Back to the Future really marks the end of an era, as the curtain comes down on 8 decades of history. Yeah, and of course a brand new theatre opens across the road in February. Whilst there's a lot of change on the